guys? It's the King's Kid coming to you again, November 5th. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Um, Today's message is about the perfect Christian. You feel like in order to do God's work, to go to church, you can't go to the club, you can't live, you can't be yourself and still go out and do the things that you did prior. Yes, that's true, but to a certain extent, no one's perfect. And for the longest time, I struggled with this myself. I'm supposed to be doing these vlogs. I'm supposed to be in miming. I'm supposed to be leading praise and worship. I'm supposed to be doing those things. And I felt like, God, if I'm doing those things, I can't have fun anymore. I can't, have my friends over. I can have a little drink every now and then. I can't listen to certain music. And that's the end goal. But you have to start somewhere. And I'll be the first to tell you, it's not easy to start, but it's dang sure harder to start later on. The sooner you start walking in God's light, the things that used to give you pleasure and interest before won't give you as much pleasure anymore. Like I said, I struggled with this for a long time. I've been called. People have been calling me. I'll go up to the church and the pastor pull me to the side, or call me to the altar. Young man, you're supposed to be doing this, that, and third. And I would sit there receiving, and I start crying, not because I didn't know it already, but for the simple fact of I'm knowing this, but I feel like I couldn't do it because I'm not the perfect Christian that the church has on the forefront. When you go to church, you ask people how they doing. Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. God's just been so good to me. And they ask you how you doing. In all actuality, you want to say I'm having a crappy day, or I'm pissed off today, something of that sort. But every time you ask the perfect Christian how they doing, I'm blessed and highly favored. God's just been so good to me. Woke me up in my right mind. Yes, all that is great. He woke others in the right mind. But what's really going on? Don't tell me what you know the Christian answer. Tell me the 21st century answer. And I feel like a lot of us struggle with that. I'll be the first to tell you. I don't know if you ever heard it before. I mean, I've been told by older people, but the older people can tell you, "Oh, Jonte, you don't have to be living a perfect life in order to serve God." It's easy to say when you on the forefront and you tell us what you did in the past, but now you're living this perfect life. You get what I'm saying? So I'll be the first to tell you that I'm not living a perfect life. And even with me not living my perfect life, God can still use me, and God can still use you, probably way more than He even uses me. You don't have to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. The perfect Christian is you trying to be more God-like every day. That's a perfect Christian. There's no such thing as a perfect Christian, the one that doesn't curse, the one that doesn't have evil thoughts. That's unheard of. It says in the Bible it's okay to get angry. So if you see the people out there smiling all the time, they hurt. It's okay. Let me be the first to tell you, they hurt. They going through some things. And that image they're keeping up is not a real one. But that's what they learned. And now for the longest time, that's what I was taught. That's why I ran from my calling for so long. But I'll be the first. I'm telling you, it's okay. It is okay. But I'm telling you, but just because it's okay doesn't mean, keep doing what you're doing or do it even more because, God got you. Yes, He got you, but don't misuse your grace. Don't misuse His mercy. You can still go out and have fun, but do it sparingly, And even with you doing it, don't do it as often because, the end goal is to be the perfect Christian, as they would say. But you want to be the perfect Christian that's still of the world but not in the world. And with that being said, you want to show people, hey, it's okay to have fun. But at the end of the day, everybody knows I serve God. I had a party last weekend. Yeah, my brother, he turned 26. That was my birthday party for him, right? Everybody was drinking and stuff like that. But the crazy part is, the party was fun. But before anybody ate, everybody walked up to me and prayed with me. And it's okay, like I said, to be of the world but not in the world. And for my friends to walk up to me and each of them pray with me individually, and they don't know that they did this. Because usually I pray over the food before we eat. They all went up to me and Jesus' name we pray, amen. And if we said to pray over the food for each person, that's at least 18 people I prayed with that night. And God will let you be of the world but not in the world to bring more people in the world and make them of the world. So with that being said, I got 2 devotionals to read for you. No, I think actually I'm going to read one of them. This one is October 7th, and it says, "In order to hear my voice, you must release all worries into my care, and trust to me everything that concerns you. This clears the way for you to seek my face unhindered. Let me free you from fear that is hiding deep inside of you. Sit quietly in my presence, allowing my light to soak into you and drive out any darkness lodging in you. Accept each day just as it comes to you, remembering that I am sovereign over your life. Rejoice in this day that I have made, trusting that I am abundantly present in it. Instead of regretting and or resenting the way things are, thank me in all circumstances. Trust me and don't forgive. Don't be fearful. Don't not yes forgive. Don't be fearful. Thank me and rest in my sovereignty. All right. So, like I said, I struggle with this on a daily, guys, but I'm okay with it now. And so, like I said, the title's called The Perfect Christian. So I wrote in my book, it says, do you ever feel like in order to be a Christian or to be good, or be a good one at least, you feel like you should have to be perfect? No cursing, no drinking, no getting bad, road rage. And I'm pretty sure we all think of a lot more. Well, if you ever felt that way, or don't want to be the first to say it, I'll be the first to say, for the past 22 years of my life, people from all walks of life have told me I have a calling in my life, and I knew I did. But how am I going to do anything in the church when I'm not perfect? Because God, you're perfect, and I feel like in order to deliver your message, I have to be perfect. It took me 22 years to be able to finally get this through my skull. And not because I didn't want to get it through my skull, but the devil played with my mind so much that allowed me not to. And the devil will make you think, that people that judging you, or, and who cares if they're judging you? At the end of the day, you're not doing it for the person next to you, the person on the other side of you. Because at the end of the day, they ain't got a heaven and hell to put you in. You know what I'm saying? And the only person that matters is him, bro. I'll be the first to tell you. He's the only person that matters. Sorry, that's my phone. Somebody texted me or something. Let me turn it over that way. And it says, I'm going to tell you. It says, when God gave us our calling, guys, he knew and know exactly what we were doing and what we were doing. What we doing and what we were doing. Because he looks beyond our flaws, he allows these flaws to be there, so when we are able to overcome them, we have something to relate to others with. Think about it. If those perfect Christians, because we're not perfect Christians and we're our own perfect Christians, he showed us we'll have stuff to relate to other people with. People of our age group, people that's in our realm and our minority set. People could talk about, oh, back in the day I was a pimp. Pimps don't exist no more, bro. Either you got the chicks or you don't got the chicks, or back in the day, I struggled with, they could say the reefer. Nobody says reefer no more. In the new day, we say that, that dro, that loud, the ganja. You feel me? And, in order being able to say that to people, they like, okay, he understands a little bit. He's not, one of these old heads out here trying to tell me what to do. So God will allow us to go through those things in order to make us be able to minister to other people. These flaws are not imperfection flaws. They are perfect imperfections. So you are. So if you stutter, if your teeth are crooked, you got a lazy eye. Sometimes you feel like you have to be perfect as far as how you look in order to do God's work. I know for the longest time I struggled with it. I mean, yes, I'm a nice looking young man, but I know there's people out there look better than me on both sides, females and males. And that's intimidating, when they want to put you on camera or they want to do this, that. And I'm like, nah, my edge up ain't right. My curls ain't, I don't have enough, my hair is not curly enough. And I have pretty curly hair. Or, my head's too big or something like that. God made you that way for a reason. Because I'm telling you, think about it. Fetty Wap, right? He blinded one eye. And if that could stop somebody, it would have stopped him. But no one's perfect. On the image in the image level, as far as how they look, even if they buy the boobs and buy the teeth, at the end of the day, they still not perfect. They bought something to make themselves think they're perfect. At the end of the day, they were perfect, they wouldn't got it done. So, no matter what it is that you're facing, whether you feel like it's, physically, mentally, spiritually, no one's perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect Christian on any level or perfect person in general. God doesn't make us mistakes with our appearance. He'll make me have a lazy eye and preach his gospel or, share the gospel or share his word or just share my life experience in order to show another person that has two lazy eyes or have a crooked in their eye. They, sometimes crooked got a twitch that, hey, he did it, I can do it. You feel what I'm saying? So you're perfect, you're perfectly made, you're perfectly imperfect. or how you want to say it, imperfectly perfect, how you say it, how you say it. And we're made perfect to someone. Everyone's perfect to someone, if not multiple people. Um, Tasha Cobbs, I love that lady so much, and you know, she's in our age group. A lot of people know who she is, but if you don't know who she is, you probably should listen to her. She'll change your life. Gospel singer. She showed me that too. I follow her on Instagram and everything, and you know, she posted a video of her listening to T.I. the other day. I was like, Tasha Cobbs listening to T.I.? What? Let me find out. So you know, it'll show you that, you know, she still goes out there, she ministers the word, but let me tell you, she get caught up sometimes. She get caught up, and it's not an act. You can feel the anointing through the music, bro. And that's on the CD. There's no way you could act that. That's not something you can play around with. And she is able to do that for people. But for those who don't know what for those who know who Tasha Cobbs is, like, go back to Fetty Wap. He has a blind eye, right? You know, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure when he's in high school, even growing up, or I don't know when he became blind, or if he was like, you know, when it happened. But I'm pretty sure, you know, people pick on him about his eye. He didn't let that stop them, because, you know, he was imperfectly perfect to someone, the way you're like, oh, I like that. He's different. Let me show people that, you know, you don't have to be perfect to be in the limelight. And imagine if God did that for somebody in the world. Imagine what he did for somebody in his kingdom. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the moral of the story. It says, be happy that you have won. And wait, it says, be happy that. It says, be happy that you have a calling. Be happy that you won, that you're the one with the calling. And you're going to feel imperfect, because that's the devil. I'll be the first to tell you, it's the devil. It is the devil. God will never tell you that you're ugly. God will never give you the spirit of depression, the spirit of rejection. Yes. Those things are not of God. But God will allow you to go through those things so you're able to relate to people. Like I'm doing right now. If I didn't feel like, you know, I wasn't the hottest thing on the block, or you know, if I didn't sing better than, you know, having people out here. And other people think I sing amazingly, but, you know, that's still why I ain't doing a singing video yet, because I don't think so. But, you know, that's just me. The fact of the matter is, bro, you're your own perfect Christian. And with that being said, God, you got to keep that in mind at all times, bro. You are the perfect Christian, and you just got to keep pressing forth. And remember that every day you're striving to be the better, perfect Christian of yourself, because that's the only person you're your own competition. There's no competition with anyone else. You're your own competition at the end of the day, and that's all that you have to keep in mind. Just as long as you're striving every day to be a better you, you're being that perfect Christian. The stigma of, you know, the big hats and the, you know, 3-piece suits, that's perfect Christian. It's really not. It's really not. It's really not at all. And I'll be the first to tell you that. Love you guys. This is King Kids once again. My brother, he actually started a clothing brand. It's called Simply Blessed, whatever. But I'll be posting more about that as well. I love you guys. Have a great night.